Welcome everyone to Monday's live stream of working on the live stream scenes for stream starting soon and also for the stream ending, and be right back. So off screen, I was fiddling around with some things, getting used to Blender and particle effects and stuff like that, and I ended up getting a really good look for the particle system. I'm going to play it for you right now, and you'll see what I'm talking about. As you see here, no particles, and then particles. And so that's what we have now. So with that being said, what's really nice about this is the fact that we have the embers floating around. And I want to show you how all this works. And the reason why I'm holding to this is the particles are perfect for what I was looking for. They look good. I don't want to touch them. It's the artist in me. Once you get to right where you want it, you want to leave it alone. So with that being said, let me show you what all is in this whole entire scene and what's going on. So I don't mess anything up, I'm going to switch over to here and make sure I don't have it so I can do anything. So there's a few things in here that explains this whole entire thing. First off is this plane right here. This plane is what is emitting the particle system. As you can see over here, I put in a particle system. I have a bunch of things dropped down, and there's a reason for this. So the first thing when creating this plane is you put the plane in, and then once you have the plane in, you want to go down to particles over here. In here, you can adjust things like the number of particles per frame that are being emitted out, when it starts, when it ends, and the lifetime of the particles. So you'll notice that the frame starts are a negative number. It's because I want to start creating the particles before the rendering goes on, which is why it's at negative frames. But there's more to it than just that. There's also other things in here that are very important. What I've done with this particle system is I wanted to change its velocity. I wanted to ramp up the velocity of the particles, make them move a bit faster. Then I also added in some randomness, so they're not all just shooting out straight. They're moving around. So I ramped up the randomness from 0 up to 1.50, which I liked. But depending on what you're wanting your embers to do, you'll want to change this maybe. Then another thing that changed up was I adjusted the render to object, because I have a special object that's rendering off of. And then I also added in scale randomness, so it makes each ember a different scale. So I ramped that up a little chunk there. And then because I created it to object, I have it to the circle, and this circle is right over here. So let me rotate, zoom in here, move over. So this is the circle that I created. And you notice there's no particle effect, but what there is that I did, the way I created this is I went to object, mesh, circle. And this circle, I actually changed to an n-gon. So it's not just a regular circle, it's an n-gon circle. And then I changed its number from 32 to 16. I halved it. And then after that, I added in a texture. And on this texture, I changed the surface from the regular to emissions. That's very important that you do that. After I did that, I went in and I went into shading. And in shading, It starts with the emissions and the material output. I just connected the emissions to the surface. Then I added in a color ramp by clicking on add, go to, where was it? Where was color ramp? I remember, let's see, no, it's color aperture. Mix color, no. Shaders. Well, anyways, I added in, I don't remember exactly where I added in, but I added in a color ramp. And it starts with 2 colors. I just added in 3 others. And I started with a nice red, then orangish red, then orangish yellow, then a yellow, golden yellow, and then a white. And then I wanted to do some randomness to that. So the randomness is this object info right here. And that is just object input. And then where is object info? Object info right here. And so with that, I took the randomness and I plugged it into here. I took the color from here and plugged it into the color for the emissions. Then I ramped up the strength to 39.9 is what I did there. So after all that was done, there were still a few more things that needed to be done. I had to go under render here. And render, I wanted to make sure bloom was turned on. And I wanted to adjust the threshold some. I played around with the threshold and I played around with the keying. Okay, then I made the color be of the illumination of this color right here. And so that's how all of that is created and made. So once again, once we go back into camera mode, set this to 0, and we just play through it, you can see the particles are of all different sizes, which is really nice. And you, like I said, you can adjust by, if I pause this and I go to plane and I go to the particles, you can adjust the number and increase the number. I did not want to increase the number at all. I wanted to keep the number a decent size because it originally starts out at 1,000. And so that's where I did that. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go back to 0. And I'm going to click on render. I'm going to click render animation. And this is what it's going to look like. This is how it looks. And I think this looks really, really good. I like the look of this. It's rendering out nicely. This is really good. This I really, really like. The shadowing, the effect, the slight glossiness and shine on the material, which is just default colors, is nice. It has a cool effect. And this is the effect I want to go with. That works really, really well. So, go ahead and got that all rendered out now. So we will close this out. Don't need that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Stream Elements. I'm going to go to my dashboard. And there's some changes we need to make. So in the dashboard, I want to go to here. I want to go to overlays. I got the stream starting. We're going to edit this. So we have originally this. And this is okay, but what we need to do is I'm going to actually get rid of and delete the stream chat. I'm going to keep all this. I want to take this video to change the video. I'm going to delete that. So here, we're going to close this. Change. Okay. So now we have that. We're going to go here. We're going to go E. YouTube. We're looking for the stream scenes. Okay, that's right. This saves out in a different format. So what I actually need to do, I need to minimize this. Minimize this. I need to pull up DaVinci Resolve because we need to turn it into an MP4 format because Stream Elements does not recognize that format. So we're going to double click here and go edit, back over to here. I'm going to take this one, drag it in here. We're going to say change, drag this to here. We're going to play this. Look at how that looks. Look at how cool that looks. That looks really, really good. Now, I did increase the length. And the way I increased the length, because it was 60 seconds, I wanted to do 240. I wanted a couple more rotations in there to get more randomness of the particle flow. So I just duplicated the keys from frame 30 and frame 60 of the G and the two C's. And then put those every 30 seconds, switching between the two to get the constant rotation. And that's how the constant rotation is gotten. So now we have that. I'm going to click here. I want to go here. No, not YouTube. Yeah, YouTube will work fine. We're going to go ahead and go we'll go CCG background. We'll go browse here. YouTube. I'll find streams. That should be good. Save. I'm going to ramp this up to what I'm used to ramping this up to. Is high quality, which is 3. We're going to go add. We're going to go render. And it's going to be a quick render. So now that we have that render in MP4 format, saying CCG background, go ahead and close this out. We don't need to save. I'm going to go back to our elements. I'm going to go back to here. We're going to refresh, and we got the CCG background one. And drag that in there. Submit that one. Look at that. How cool does that look? How nice does that look? I think that looks really, really cool. But we still have more steps to do. And the steps we need to do is I'm going to go over here. I'm going to copy the URL. I'm also going to save this. Then I'm going to bring over my OBS like so. I'm going to make this full screen so it's easier to see. So you're going to see right here a tunneling effect. And that's because of it showing what's going on right now live on the stream, right? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to click add new. I'm going to do stream starting. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to move this to the very top. And then in here, I'm going to click here. I'm going to go browser. I'm going to go CCG stream soon. I'm going to click OK. And I want this, the width is going to be 1920. And it's going to be 1080. Click OK. And it fills the whole entire thing. Why? Edit. Oh, that's why I did not paste in the URL. Click OK. Look at that. All of that is right there, but we're missing some elements. I want to take the chat that we have. I want to take this chat. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go to here. I'm going to paste it. Another thing I want here, I want the shout outs. Hold on. Okay, that's the shout outs. Take the shout outs. We're going to copy that. Going to go here. Going to paste that in. Now the shoutouts are there. I don't like the shoutouts being there though, because it's covering up the stream starting soon. So we can just delete the shoutouts and say, yes, delete the shoutouts. Go back to here, take our stream elements. We're going to copy this. Go here. We're going to paste. Now the stream elements is actually the alerts. So when people subscribe, they do a super chat, they become a member, things like that. It will still pop up here like normal. And then we got that one going. So we need to make some other changes. We need to have a stream ending soon, which we do not have. So I already clicked save. Go back one. I want to go here. I want to duplicate this one. Submit. Okay, so there's the duplication. I'm going to go into edit. Where is... Okay, so we're actually just going to delete this. Delete. To create new overlay. Submit. We're going to add a widget. First thing we're going to do is we're going to find the video one. Add the video. We're going to change the video. Hit this one. This is the position and size. Once again, we want 1920 for the width. We want 1080 for the height. So we have that there. Now, what we now need to do is go to layers. And we want to add a new one. And this is going to be, let's see, we'll do text. It looks terrible, and that's fine. And change this to bangers. Got that. So now we just enhance the size. But I'm going to save this and call it stream ending. Enter. We're going to hit save and go back. So we have the stream ending one, stream starting one. We're going to edit this one, and I want to grab some info and data from here. Okay, stream starting soon. Take this. I want to copy this color. So copy this color. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Edit this one. So we got this one. Got the stream ending. I want to change that color to what we had put in. And delete all this out. Put this in. Go there. I'm going to hit enter. Should have changed the color. Let's put it here. Okay. So, someone liked one of my posts. Okay, so we got all that. What was the size? Font size that we did? 80. So I'm going to copy the 80. Go here. Go here. Go like that. I'm going to do a save. Why did the color not change? Go here. That's that. I got that. Okay. Go back to here. Actually, just blank this out. Enter. There's that. Double check on this. That's why. All that. This take. I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to hit enter. Take this. Paste that in. I'm going to hit enter. Go. Now it's taken effect. This. There. Currency. Go. And now we have that, but I want that even bigger. Let's do 120. What if we move the positioning here? Let's go layers, this, finishing size. That didn't work. What about there? Let's go here. We'll do, let's see. I'll add 180. Enter. Here we go. So we have that now in place. And so it's just got a different feel. So we're done there. We've got this one implemented. I'm going to click save. And once again, I'm going to copy this code. Or the link. I'm going to click here. I'm going to click add new. Go stream ending. Click OK. Got the stream ending there. Click here. Go browser base. We're going to say stream ending. Okay, already used, so we just add the CCG. And go OK. Go here. Fill that in. Once again, 1920 and 1080. Click OK. Voila. But I want to have the stream elements. I'm going to go ahead and copy. Go here. I'm going to paste. I want chat in there too, so I'm going to copy and then paste. So now all of those elements are in there. So now when the stream's ending, you guys will still see your chat and anyone that subscribes, so on and so forth, which is really, really nice. Now we need one more. We need one for the be right back. So once again, we'll go here. We're going to go here and create. We can actually close one of these out. So we'll close this one out. We're going to go here, create new. Want that 1080p. Go again. Here, we're going to go video. Submit this one. And we're going to go to positioning and size for 1920. And then 1080. Got that in there. And we're going to add in our text. I go ahead and put in the right back the C before the K. We'll go here, click here. Go there. Once again, I want to take this code right here, or not this, but the RBG values. Put it in here. Make sure it takes effect. Click on the color. We're going to go here. We'll do the 180 again. This. That we need. Make. That does not look. There we go. Drag that out a bit. Drag. No, that. Not. That to work. Do this more like so. That for a moment. Not like so. Let's enter the widget. Okay. Could be this at 1000. We'll put it back to the 950. Enter. And we'll go to text. And we want to center it. That's what we needed to do. So that looks good to me. We could probably even go here. Just make this 900. No, 900 will not work. 925. Still not enough. 950. Just enough. Let's do... Come on. I like that. 1, 0, 0, 0. I'll move this over a bit. So, maybe up there looks right. Over here. Back. So we named it. Save. Go into here. I want to edit this one. Make sure that this one's looking. No, that's a stream starting soon. Wrong one. Stream ending is what we want. And once again, we have that cutoff there. So what we need to do is stream ending. Here. So 1, 0, 0, 0. Enter. And here we want this to be centered. There we go. Also, go into here, settings, layers, here, actually there. Let's move it down. Move it down. I'm using the arrow keys as I'm doing this, by the way. That looks good. We'll go ahead. We're going to save this. Now again, just to make sure. Here. This one looks good. That. Go back over to our one here. Going to add new scene. Let's call it BRB. Add in the browser. BRB. Next. Again. Ooh, you know what we forgot to do? We forgot to copy this. We need to copy that. Back over to here. Now we can fill that in. Put in our dimensions. And 80. Click OK. There's our be right back. But once again, we want to copy this. Paste it here. And we want to copy that. We're going to paste it here. So there we go. It's all copied over. And this all looks really, really good. Something's off with that background on Be Right Back. Let me check. Here, Be Back. Here we're going to go video. Positioning. Zero that out. Zero that out. Save. Back to here. No, wrong one. Go back to here. Voila. Be Right Back is fixed. And now we have all of ours. Have that there. And so now, as you can see, we have all three of these. So now when I click on this, you get that. When I click on this, you get that. I click on this, you get that. And the great thing is the chats will still show up over here. The alerts will still show up here, which is nice. It adds a lot to it, which is really, really cool. So we've done that. Oh, we do not want to shut down. I'm shutting down the wrong thing. Almost shut down the stream. Don't want that. So we're going to go here. Close this. Close this. Oh, wait. Cancel. Go ahead and go save. Now we'll close this. And we can close that one out. Refresh on this. Just you. There's the ones that we need. So those are everything that I created. And I was playing around with looking at other ones to use instead of creating my own. But I just felt like I wanted to use my own creativity on that and to create my own stuff. And that's where we came up with this. I think it looks really nice. It looks different. It brands the channel, which is good. It's nice. It has a good effect and a good feel. I want you guys to comment and let me know what you think. But in the meantime, I'm going to move this off screen. So I'm going to go ahead, close this. I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to go off here. I'm going to go to File, New, General. And we're not going to save. Don't save. So we're on blank canvas. And that's really sort of nice. Because what we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead. And now we got that all done. I'm going to show you the basics of how I built all the particle systems from scratch. So if I went camera view, you'll see this angle. So if I want to go ahead and make that particle effect that I made from scratch, I'm going to go add, I'm going to go mesh, I'm going to add a plane. And then what I want to do is I want to scale up that plane. I want to scale it up on the 2 dimensions. So I'm going to take this out right here, scale it up like so, and I want to move it. I want to move it down some. Now, what we want to do is we actually want to go to particles, want to click add new. So we've added a whole entire new particle system. Right? And I'll pull this up some. But we need to do a few things. We're going to go render. And keep that the same as it is now. And then we're going to go ahead and oh, I know what we need. We're going to go render here. Where is our now turn that on. And it was no. I don't remember where it was. Preferences. Values. So here's where we put this in. Okay. So we have that put in. We're going to put this at the 240 and enter. We're going to put the start at 0. And if we go back over to particles, we go back to render. We got that. Oh, start and end time. Okay, so the end time we want to be 240. Start time we want to be 0. And then we want to take the lifetime, make it the 240. Lifetime is going to match this. Remember that start time? The 0 start time is basically you're starting at frame 0. You want to start the particles before you start the whole entire thing. You want to put a negative, and I put 100. Enter. So you got this, but you got a problem here. You look here, the particles are going downwards. That's not good. So what we need to do is we need to go to weights here. And you see gravity right here. So with the gravity, just take it and drag it all the way down. And look at what it does. Instead, makes it go up, which is really nice. So we have that going up. And if we go into camera view, that's what we get. Okay. And then let's see. We got that put in. And the next thing we're going to adjust up the randomness. So, then now if we play it, so we got the randomness there. Go render. Let's adjust the scale some over that. Scale randomness. We got that. And with scale randomness, you notice now all the balls are the same size. They're changing in size. So we've done that. Go into here. Not that. The velocity. Let's ramp up the velocity. There. Let's see what happens. See how much quicker the velocity moves? That's a little too much. So I'm going to say 2.25. Enter. And now you got something a bit different. Now, let's go ahead and up that velocity or that randomness. There. And you see how it really just sort of scatters it out? We don't want it to scatter that. I don't want that much randomness. So I'm going to do 0.35. That's a bit better, but I want more randomness. We'll go 0.65. Go back to 0. There we go. Go into camera view. What's in this rectangled area right here, that's highlighted up, is what you will see. And so if we go here, this is what you're seeing. And you're just seeing those balls that are there. Remember that. So we're going to go here, back out. This is where we're going to add in the object. So we're going to go here, going to go mesh, and click the circle. In the circle, you want to go into here, and this is where you change it, the file type from nothing to ngon. And then we take this and we cut it down to 16. Okay, so we got that created. And we can actually keep that ngon in there, but that ngon's really, really big. So I want to scale that ngon down. Probably about that size. But then we need to rotate it some. So, and then we're going to move it out of the camera view. Okay, so we got that put in place, but let's add that material that we need. So we're going to go material, we're going to go new, we're going to click here, and you're going to look for the emissions. Got the emissions in. We're going to change that color. Once again, something about there. That looks good. Okay, so we have that all put in. But we still need this to play off of this. So we're going to go physics. Scroll down here. We're going to change this to object. Then for the render, then we're going to click here and we're going to choose the circle. But with that done, you're going to notice something. Those circles are all flat. If we go here into this view, they're all facing upwards. We don't want that. If we click this, we now have those particles doing that. So we have that put into effect. But you notice there's no glow effect. There's no real major effect there. You got a bit of it, but it's not massive. So once again, we're going to go over to render. Let's see, where was it? Got the bloom on. We're going to go here, and this is where you need to mess with the threshold and the key. We're going to put this about there. Let's take our key, move it to about there. Take our light. Let's move it about that. Maybe a little bit more. We'll do something like that. So now that has a bit of the effect. But we still don't have the variations of colors. We just have these light dots. Because if we click off of that, you're seeing that they have a little bit of a color. We need to add that randomness of color. And that's where you go into here, and we want to go to our object of our circle. We're going to go shading. And we have these parts here that we have put in place. That's just going off of the information from that. We need to go add, and we need to find a color ramp. I think actually it was a color ramp. Yes, it's the color ramp. So we're going to take the color ramp here. Okay, I'm going to zoom in here a bit and put this to here. And once again, just click a few times like so. And move these where you would like. Okay. So. And so we're going to keep this one white. We want to take this one, and normally in Photoshop when you double click on these, it accesses that. That's not the way Blender works. Blender, you'll click on it, then you want to click here where the color bar is. We're going to do that. Oh. And we're going to adjust our alpha. Okay. Go RBG. Going to ramp that up like so. Going to make our red like so. So that's our first color. And now it's that red. Now we need to click on this one. Go here. Make RBG go like so. We're going to make that red, that orangish red. There we go. So we got that one there. And we want this one. Go here, RBGs, go with the reds, and go more like so. That one, and then this one. Go with the RPGs all the way up here. It's going to be more along that line. So we have our three colors. We're going to take the color here. We're just going to drag and connect that. Now, we need to do one more thing. We need to go here. We need to go to the inputs. Go to object info. Click it here. Take the randomness, put it in there. Okay, and so that is basically what that is all about. So now if we go back into our layout here, we go back to the camera mode, you can see that there's a difference, but they look really, really small. And that's because of the direction it's facing. It's not rotated right for the circle. So let's go outside the circle. Let's go here to rotations. Rotate it a bit this way because of the direction the camera is facing. We go like that, and let's see what it looks like now. Looks a bit better. Right? It's got a bit of that glow and that feel. We can actually go here and go realism so we get the shading. And we have that. So now, when we play this, you actually get the particles, and you notice they're all different colors. Some are red, some are orange, some are white. And the great thing about the particle system is look at the shadowing that the ones that are close by are pulling off. You're seeing some shadowing happening as they're floating over the plane and the cube, which is really nice because particles do cast some shadows. They affect light and how light bounces off of them. And that's very, very important. So with that being said, you now know how to implement a particle system. And when you render it out, however, it's not going to be randomly generated. It's literally going to keep those frames and have it the way it is from when it was rendered. If you want a different variation of the same thing, you'll have to do a re-randomizing or a re-rendering of the scene to have the particles have a different effect. That's the great thing about the particle system. And that works out really, really well. So, with all that being said, it explains a lot. And this is how, particle systems in video games work somewhat the same way. You basically choose a texture or a model for the particle system to project out. And then based on physics of the whole entire system will determine how it all works. But that's how I got this system to look like, I'm going to say don't save, this system right here. That's how I got the particle effects. That's how I did that. Because the difference I did is I have my plane down here. So it's spitting them up this way, which is the direction I want them to be spit out at. Now, are they all hitting where the camera is? No. You'll see that they're outside the camera area, and you want that because they're basically going to start off camera and come and go out of camera, and you want that effect unless you're doing something where you have an actual fire in the center here. If you have a fire, wherever the fire is, you want the particles coming from where that fire is. But because my emissions that I wanted to have for this background need to be off screen, and go from there. And that's how you get it all to work. Just like when you see the muzzle flash from guns and the particle system going off of that. That's saying to project from the tip of the model of that gun outwards. Just like when you're casting spells in a video game. When you're casting spells, the particle emitter is put where the hands are. Or for instance, you're playing City of Heroes and you have that radiation eye beam blast. They're telling the particles to be shot from where the eyes are. They're placing the particle emitter at the location of the eyes. And that's very important. Just like when you see the whole entire particle effects that happen around bodies when you do something like dark aura or fire armor, things like that. They're putting the particle system in the center of the body, but it's also the model of the body is the particle system. The model of the body is the emitter, just like how we have our emitter being this plane right here. So when we play this, you'll see that it's coming straight off the face of this plane. If we did it from a model, then it would be coming off of the faces of the model. And you could do that kind of thing. We could literally take this whole entire particle system, copy it, and put it on these G's, and it would be spitting out the embers from those model pieces. Like if we were having it on the G, it'd be spitting out and be acting differently because the G's animated, the G is moving, therefore the particles are going to react differently. But I think for most part, we are done with this. We have this all finished up, and that's really, really good. It makes this great. It's going to enhance the streams. I want you guys to comment down below what you guys think of this new stream animation and things like that. So with that being said, next week we're going to get into modeling the stuff for City Heroes. We're going to be modeling a couple of guns, and we're going to be modeling some shoulder pads, and that will be really interesting. That's going to get more in depth in modeling. We're not going to have the simple models that we had with this G. I mean, they weren't extremely simple. It wasn't like just bring in a box and done. We had to manipulate the box to get these G's. But we're going to be doing way, way more manipulation in the next live stream for Monday. I'm going to cut this one short because I've covered everything that needed to be covered. I want to thank you guys all for watching and have a great day.